So as you can see or hear, I had some sound difficulties when I was out there, so I'm having to fill in the gaps now. I forgot to turn the microphone on, it happens, I made a mistake. So I'm trying to fill in the gaps, and I think it's going to be better this way because I could fill in what I missed, so to speak. I ran into some brake issues in the morning, so had the mechanic come look at the pads. He took them out, cleaned them, gave them a little shave, and basically they're finished. They're not track pads, so they lasted half a day at best, and where it was warm, they overheated. I need to get some new pads, otherwise they're going to mess the discs up as well. So I've got my old discs, they're race discs on the 1199, so I might try and swap them over and see how that goes. We took the pads out, went for a quick lap, see if the pads were okay. They seemed okay, they seemed rideable. So I thought, right, I'll get my mate, he's got an 1199S. I said, look, I'll put a camera on the front and the back, we'll go out, do some laps. So we went out twice. First time I took the lead, and we ran into some traffic. I overtook the traffic, but he didn't, and I didn't notice that. So second time I said, you go out. I was a bit quicker, so I thought, if you go in front, I'll film you for 1 or 2 laps, and then I'll go past when I can, and then he can try and tag on the back of me, and then I could try and make him get a bit faster as well. So it's funny as well because the 2 times we actually went out, Gary, that was in our garage, he's an ex-racer, and it just seemed as both times we went out he was on a fast lap. We've come out the pits poodling and he's just come by flying. You know, we're unaware, we're just trying to, you know, make sure everything's alright, tyres are getting up to temperature, and he's just come flying past really close. It was alright on me, but the other guy, it kind of shook him up because he wasn't expecting it. Turned in, tipped in, and yeah, come across. But no one got hurt or anything, so it was just, yeah, it was just funny. What surprised me about the 1199 comparison, bearing in mind I've got one and it's a quick bike, they're fast bikes, but we came out of the chicane and he was quick, threw it on the side, got a little bit of distance from me, and then got to the straight. He was a good distance in front. I just went past him like he was on a 600, which was so shocking. It's unbelievable. Yeah, so the way I flew past him was like he was on a 600cc bike, and I know the 1199S is a quick bike, I've got one myself, so it's not a slouch, it just shows you the power of this bike. So fortunately, I was lucky enough to get one of the guys standing by to film me with this camera and another camera, to get some flyby so you can appreciate the sound of the V4. So hopefully it picked up some good sounds. So it's the end of the second day now, and finally getting to gel with the bike. Still not perfectly comfortable, but we made a lot of progress now. So before lunch was a good session. I thought I found the perfect balance of where the bars are and where my feet are with the extra padding on the seat. And then after lunch I had something to eat, and then it was all out the window again. But then went back to the drawing board, had another look, and I think I found something. So looks like we made some progress. Only problem is now I had one of the instructors here, he's ex-BSB rider, following me around and everything, just to give me a bit of tuition. But he was saying that I'm pushing it a bit too much on the road tyres. He was like, any more and you're asking for trouble. So he's suggesting us put slicks on, which I normally run slicks anyway. But the problem is that it's like one day tomorrow, even this is the half day. So it's just a case of, should I put the slicks on for the case of maybe an hour or something, and then have to swap them back over again. Especially I didn't bring slicks with me, so I've got to buy new slicks again. So it's just food for thought, or I just poodle around tomorrow, just go slowly. So let's put some more miles on the bike, which I might just do that instead. So anyway, it's been a great day, and yeah, ciao. Yeah, so third day. It's only a 3-day event, so we ain't got much time on track left here anyway. So yeah, starting to push the bike a little bit more, but where it's road tyres, trying to take it a bit easy, but just go a bit faster, steadily. But now we'll get into time to start tweaking the bike, because having a bit of dive on the brakes with the suspension. So hopefully get some suspension dialed in now. I'm gonna have one of the mechanics have a look, make it a bit stiffer, and then hopefully that will help now, and then increase the time. So fingers crossed. After the suspension tweaks, I only saw this footage a couple of days ago when I was looking back through the camera to see the footage. There was one of the guys who was next to me in the garage, Gaz, with his, he's got 2017 Panigale R, pretty much brand new. He spent loads of money on it. He's got a British Superbike BSB shaky burn replica exhaust on there. The bike's got everything thrown at it. It's well over 40 grand. And he's a quick guy. He's a big guy, but he's quick. He's quicker than me. He does it. He's been doing it for years. Used to race, whatever. So I saw the footage on the camera behind, and he's trying to come past me on a few bends, and then he's thought to himself, right, you know what, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to wait till we get to the straight, and I'm going to come past him. And I'm looking back on the camera, you see, he comes up behind, tries to take the inside line or whatever, tried to come up the inside, and just blows him away. Bog standard V4 bike, nowhere near the price of what he spent on his bike. Bog standard. It just shows you the power of this bike. Right, so we was lucky enough to have a BSB TT rider, a guy called Dino, there to help us out with some instructions. He said to me, if he puts the camera, or if he takes my camera, puts it on the front of his BMW, he'll follow me and he'll film me for a couple of laps, then he'll get in front, and then I can follow him and he can show me where I'm weakest. And it was great. The only problem was I got too excited and I messed up my lines. I think I was probably over trying a bit too hard, and I was 4 seconds a lap slower than I was going before. But we had great fun, he had great fun. Funny thing was as well is that he said that when he was trying to come past me on the straight, he couldn't. He had to wait for me to brake so he could outbrake me, and he missed his braking mark. I just about made the bend just to get in front of me, just so I could follow him. But he said he was shocked at how fast this bike is, and he's a racer. I mean, he's going to lap he can lap me, you know, easily. But just to show you, coming onto the straight, I get on the power, he gets on the power, he gets left behind. So it just shows you the power of this bike and what this bike is capable of. Another thing is, looking back at the photos and some of the video footage, it just shows you that this is the first time me riding this bike. I'm not a racer, I'm not a fast rider, I go steady enough, you know. But at the end of the day, I was almost getting my elbow down on the first time on the bike, considering I wasn't comfortable with the seating position, the bars and everything and whatnot. We're going to try and adjust that. I just felt, you know, happy with the bike straight away. Get into a bend, throw it in there. Fair enough, I'm not comfortable, but it's incredible. For a bike to make you feel that comfortable, even though you're uncomfortable, sounds weird enough. It just shows you what the bike is capable of. Anyone could get on this bike and ride it reasonably fast, you know. At the same time, it's still just a bike. Everyone's making it to be some sort of I don't know, piece of gold or something, but it's not. It's just a bike at the end of the day, but it's a really good bike and it's a really fast bike. So just bear that in mind. You know, people get on it and think, what's so special about this? You have to ride it. And once you ride it, then you understand that, oh my God, this is amazing. But even just poodling around to the shops, it still feels like a great event, so to speak, you know. So I think it's lost something that the 1199 has, but makes up for it times 100 everywhere else, you know. It's just so much more easier, so much more livable. It's a bike you can almost use every day pretty much, whereas the old 1199 you can't, you know. You ride it to the shops and back, you know, you come back with a smile on your face, but you're going to have stiff arms, stiff wrists, or, you know, but this bike is just capable in every sense of the word. So just bear in mind, it's still a bike. You still have to learn, or you still have to know how to ride really, and you'll get the most out of it. Yeah, so end of the third day now. We're going to line up all the Ducati bikes here for a beautiful shot, and it looks like we're going to put the two V4s, mine and the other gentleman next to me, Tony's, at the front, show the evolution of the Ducati bike. Saying that, there's a couple of Hondas in there as well, just for good measure. But yeah, it looks like a good variety of bikes. The V4 and the V4S as well, going in front. Tony giving a nice little wipe down, but oh mate, that is an epic photo.